Welcome to Straight from the Muzzle, folks, where we are anything but straight. My name is Space,
And I'm Bean.
and we welcome you to Season 6.
6 is my favorite number, so hopefully the season will be a good one.
And it's an even number, so I always like even numbers too.
Oh, yes.
You know how, like, if you're in the car and you, like, turn down the radio volume, it always has to land on an even number for me. I can never let it be, like, volume 7. It has to be either volume 6 or volume 8, but it cannot be a 7.
It either has to be an even number or a multiple of 5.
Oh, I was I had to think about that for a second.
Oh, what a multiple 5 was? Like
No,
5,
I was
10,
thinking-
15.
Yeah, but I was thinking like digits, like 5 digits. I'm like,
Oh my
Where have you-
god, that
where
would
have
be...
you're like, where have you ever seen a volume that high?
Oh my god.
I've really only eaten like a couple of things today, so that's why I have to go to the store afterwards and get food. I'm on a detox.
Oh no.
I'm on a detox, and then I've also signed up to get so I just have had no luck losing weight. So my doctor recommended a medical clinic to go to. So I have a medical clinic weight loss thing that I'm going to on Monday, but I have to do a 3-day detox beforehand to kind of get my body into a burning stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only eat like certain things. So like right now I can only eat like I can have fruit, but I can only have oranges, and I can only have 2 a day, one in the
That's
morning,
really
one at
weird
lunch.
because oranges are one of the sugariest fruits you could eat. It's almost like candy.
Well, it's the type of it's a different diet that I'm doing. So they offer 3 diets. They offer the HCG 500 calorie diet. Go ahead and shoot me now because I will never do that. They have the keto diet, which I'm not interested in. And then they have the MD diet, which is something different. That one's been the most successful for them, so I suppose it'll work for me. But it's only 2 a day. So 1 in the morning and then 1 at lunch. I can have as much protein as my body can take in. Protein being like chicken and turkey or things of higher value. So lucky for me, I only like turkey and chicken. And then I can have as many raw green veggies as I want to. And everyone knows broccoli sucks. So I'm going to eat broccoli.
I love raw broccoli with ranch.
I can't stand it. I mean, I'm okay with ranch, but like, I'm not supposed to have ranch with it. So
You can put lemon on it.
Ew. Why?
I don't know. It's just something. Something to make it
Lemon
wet.
is sour.
Nah.
Wet?
Wet. I like wet food. Maybe that's just a lesbian in me, but I like my food wet.
I've never really thought of lemons as wet. So now I'm going to go see, I'm going to look at a lemon and be like, damn, girl, you wet.
It's wet. You squeeze it in on the salad or like, ooh, dude,
Oh.
apples with lemon on it or lemon juice that you get in the bottle. So good. It almost makes apples taste like candy. I kid you
Ooh.
not. I bought this. It's just lemon juice and I think lemon oil. It's not from concentrate. Get it at Kroger. It's only like $1 a little bottle. And just squirt that all over your apples. It tastes exactly like candy, and there's no calories in that lemon juice. There's no carbs. Like,
What type of apples? Like all apples or just a specific kind?
I prefer Honeycrisp or Pink Ladies, but honestly, any apples are fine. The lemon really brings out the sweet in the apple.
I like Honeycrisps.
Honeycrisps are my
really
favorite. They're just so
interesting, too.
expensive, but you know, when you do self-checkout, any apple can be a Red Delicious.
Okay,
Just saying.
so I am totally on board with that because sometimes I'll be like, I'm not going to look through and try to figure out which PLE goes to this. Red Delicious, it's the cheapest. And I just do that. Unless they're going to specifically look at me. Like, I don't like it when, like, there's that one person, they're just staring at you. And it's like, stop staring at me. There's like 4 other people.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Well, season 6, folks, it's going to be a different season than you have been listening to prior. And that's because we're going to be formatting the show to be more of a easier listening type of a deal.
Experience.
Experiment type
Yes.
of thing.
We're experimenting with your experience and ours because,
Yes.
man, the world has changed a lot in our
So
lives the
much.
past year. So we
Yeah.
figured this might be the same for everybody else, and we're just going to change things up a little bit. Well, yeah, as y'all know, we have some new hosts. I've been on the show for a while.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
since
old.
Straight from the Mills started, but we have two more. Boom has been on for a while, and then we also have Dear Dog, and she's hopping on and is the most recent, like is the newest host, right?
Yeah. And you guys might not know who Dear Dog is unless you're in like our Telegram or our Discord chat, the Discord chat that no one talks anymore because it's dead. Um, but it's there. She
Mhm.
manages that one.
Yeah.
She does a lot of our graphic arts. She'll do a lot of the thumbnails. So anything that seems like really well done, cartoon wise or drawing, it's usually because she's the one that's doing it. Um, so I kind of have decided at this point that, I've always wanted a perspective from a different, point in the world, and I thought maybe Deer Dog would be a really good option. And I kind of feel like at this point is if you're on the team, I feel like you should be able to contribute as well. So I want to make sure that everyone has a chance to have a voice. So therefore, everyone on the team is now a host. It's
Our team is
easy,
it's fairly small, but it's really a well-oiled machine.
and being a host is not difficult, really. It's basically this: like you basically kind of talk like we all talk, but if you're the one that has created the idea, you're the one that writes the show, and then we go in and record it, and I edit it, and then that's it. And it's really fairly simple.
Mhm.
So, and everyone has really good ideas. Everyone has really good personalities. Um, I like doing the show with both you, Bean, and Boomy, because you guys both have like you guys are kind of similar. You guys both have the dirty like mindedness, but both of you each offer something different, so the show will always be different regardless
Mhm.
of who's hosting. So
Yes. So with the addition of hosts, it gives us more opportunities and more ideas, and with the world being so weird, it expands everybody's schedules. So if one person isn't available, somebody else surely will be. And just
exactly,
it also gives, you know, just a
more
further
variety.
reach in the fandom too, because like you said, with Dear Dog being overseas, that gives us a new perspective, and every person will have a different perspective on different topics. So it's good to have those, in these shows, so we can make sure we're staying well rounded and staying informed, and it just makes things more interesting and more fun in the long run. Because if me and you did, now that's not something we struggle with a lot. Space and I will do a show, and we'll be on two sides of the same subject.
We can easily flip flop back and forth. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
and we're really respectful about it. So that's
Yeah,
not something we struggled with in the past necessarily. It's just something we want to keep going, because what's more boring than listening to two people who agree with each other on everything?
really, that's true though. It's no fun, and each person too is a little bit different. Dear Dog, I feel like has the dirtiest mind of all of us combined. I swear to God, she does. And she comes up with the funniest shit I've ever seen, too. Like, sometimes if I just want to look for a laugh, I'll just go back into staff chat and just look back in the past and I'll find something ridiculously stupid that makes me
Mm-hmm.
laugh. But that's the kind of person she is. And if we bring her on, which we are, I can't imagine how awesome these episodes will be. So it'll be a lot of fun. You won't see as much of her in season 6 just because it's starting. And so, with her being in England, it's going to be that time difference that we'll have to schedule to make sure that it works for me, but it works for her, and vice versa. And so, we kind of have to go with that setup, which is going to be a little bit of an interesting one to do because I've only ever had to work with 2 hours in advance, really, with you and Boomy, because you guys are Eastern and I'm Mountain. And usually with United States, there's only just those very slight time differences, so it's not a big deal. But it's a big deal when you go across the ocean.
Yeah.
You have other things, and it's like 10 o'clock your time, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning their time. It's just stupid. So
Mm-hmm.
kind of have to do that, but it'll be fun. It'll be
It'll be
fun.
fun. So along with having all these new hosts coming on, which in addition to that, it's really funny space that you're just surrounded by women.
Truly, I am. I think what do we call me? I'm like the daddy or the
You're like the lesbian dad.
yeah.
I
I'm the
don't know if your dog is a lesbian, but
I'm a lesbian daddy
you're a lesbian daddy.
in the group. We're all like I'm literally surrounded by 100% lesbians, and I love it. It's
It's
great.
amazing. But along with all these new hosts, we're also altering the format just slightly. So we're going to be doing 30-minute episodes instead of hour-plus long episodes for season 6. Now, we're just experimenting with this to see how it works. So if we decide that hour-long episodes are better, or if y'all tell us through feedback through email or through our chat that you prefer the hour-long episodes, we'll change it. We just want to see how this works for y'all, to see if it makes our episodes more accessible for you, if it's easier for you to download them because they're not as long, they don't have as much memory, or if it's easier for you to listen to. Because I know everybody right now, our audience is fairly young. And I know youngsters who are in school right now are probably tired of sitting at a computer.
And attention
the tension, you just kind of want your brain to rot for a bit. So 30-minute shows might be better for y'all. We're going to try that out and see how y'all like that format. So we're going to try it out. And if you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is it's not just for you guys, but it's also for us staff, too. Bean is teaching now. Boomy's going to be starting another job, and I'm not sure if it's full-time. Part-time or full-time. Dear Dog works as well, and I work full-time, and my job is kind of tiring as well. So it's more or less to kind of work around our schedule, but to also kind of work around your guys' schedule, too, to see if it kind of works. So like Bean said, just let us know what you guys think, and we'll go from there.
And we'll take it. If we don't hear anything, we're just going to assume that the 30-minute episodes are working out. So make sure you're vocal about it. And of course, the stats that we see on the podcast itself will also help. So those are indirect feedback from y'all. And then, of course, our shows will still remain weekly. We're still going to have weekly releases. I think we kind of started doing every other week towards the end of the year, but I think that's just because end of the year exhaustion happened.
Yeah, I got burnt. We have to do. You got to do what you got to do so you don't burn out, right?
Yeah, but since the episodes are only 30 minutes long, it should stay consistently weekly, which is going to be another great, a great option for everybody. Because if they're only 30 minutes, then you're going to have more of a taste every month or every week, not every month. Yeah. But
if it was going to be like every other week, then I would probably go up to 45 minutes to an hour per episode, just because you are waiting that time period between the next one. But because they are going to be 30-minute episodes every single week, that should be good enough.
Yeah, I think that should work out great for everybody.
Now, the cool thing about all these different shows is that we're going to have different types. And so we're going to kind of keep it like this. With Boom and I, we're going to be doing more game-type shows and lighthearted topics, things that we can talk about in 30 minutes or less, and then, of course, fun things that we can do that make us laugh that'll obviously make you guys laugh. Bean and I will do more informational shows. Now, 30 minutes worth of information can be done, but it has to be done meticulously, and you have to do it a specific way. But that doesn't mean they're going to be boring shows. You guys already know that Bean and I are ridiculous as it is. So that's it'll always be like that. Always. We're going to try to do some visual shows on YouTube as well. Try to get that back up. And then we're going to do about one big special episode per season, and that's going to be a guest show. And that'll be whether you guys recommend one or one that we seek out. The reason we don't want to do too many is because guest shows tend to draw out much longer than you think they do. The editing process takes forever. And then even though we want them to spend like 2 or 3 minutes per question, they always spend like 5 or 10 minutes per question. And although it's really good, like we love listening to it, it's just so long. And so we would rather keep the long shows to one minimum time, which will be that one big special thing. And then all the fun stuff in between, which will be the 30-minute shows and such.
Yes, definitely.
So pretty easy.
I'm really excited about the show variations because, like, the game and lighthearted shows with Boom, that'll be really funny. Just, I don't know. We haven't done a lot of game shows in the past. We did on For Media when we had some visuals to go off of. But I'm excited to see what y'all do with that. And then the informational shows, that doesn't just mean like, let me teach you about, I don't know, fursuit making, or let's learn about, different fursuit makers or different artists. Like, it doesn't have to be dry. It can also be like, let's learn about what's the newest Twitter drama, what's going on. Like,
for real. I love drama.
It's subject based shows, not just like let's learn a thing.
Can you imagine living in a gay world without drama? That would just be
Oh
the
my
most.
gosh.
We make the drama. We might as well enjoy it. I love rumors, gossiping, and drama. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. And of course, I feel like sometimes I get a little evil, and I love fanning the flames too, and that's always fun.
Or very opinionated episodes. Like I know when every Pride Month there's always that
Something different.
controversy of should kink be allowed at Pride, and like
Yep.
we could talk about that. And it's just there's a lot of different subjects we could talk about. That's
I
not
feel
just
like with the Pride shows, every year, although it's the same information, every year we always take a different look at it from a different point of view. And there's always new things to talk about in general. But I thought that was really interesting because if you go back to every like season and we talk about Pride through every season, it's so different from the next one. And I think it's because you and I, as we're maturing, our opinions change or they evolve a little bit more, and that's really fun to listen to. It's like, especially being so long now, we're in season 6. It's fun to like go back and listen to see where we were before and then where we are now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It'll be a pandemic Pride this year, but we'll
Again.
still make the best of it.
Again, seriously. I miss not celebrating. It's just become how how awful is it that I've become used to not socializing in big events?
Yep.
Yeah, I've just gotten used to it. It's not right. It's not right.
It's whack.
It is.
But one more thing about this new season that we're both really excited about. You remember back in like season probably 1 through 3, we were essentially begging people to email us. Like,
Yeah.
if we at the end of our
Please
episodes, we'd be like,
tell
now, if you
us.
don't email us, we can't talk about anything or we can't read anything and this and
Yep.
that. Now we're getting emails pretty much weekly.
Yep.
And we're super stoked about it. And a lot of them are like chock full. Like it takes a good minute to read them. They're pretty long. And it's just super exciting we're getting that engagement from y'all. And I know it makes me really happy personally. And I love reading through them. So with all these emails that are coming in, we can have more episodes where we get to read your voices
Yep.
and include the fandom's voice in this show. So it's not just Space and I talking, you will be talking as well. Now, not everybody who emails us will want us to read their emails, and we respect that. We can always just talk about the different emails we get by subject, but it's something that's been picking up a lot recently, so we are really hoping to incorporate that more and more in season 6, even if it means just reading one email at the end of every episode, or if we have whole episodes where we're reading y'all's opinions on things.
And the other cool thing too is with the emails in general is that I get inspired by some of the emails that are coming in, and I can create additional topics and shows based off of what you guys email in, even if that's not your intention at all. Sometimes I just love reading it, and then I'm like, you know what? This would be a really good topic to talk about, and I even tell that to them too. So if you ask like a series of questions, by the way, in your email, I will answer them in the series that you've kind of laid them out, and I'll do them separately, but I will always email back with a personal message, nothing that's like generic or thanks for sending us an email, bye. Like, none of that. It'll always be something specifically for you. We'll do that as long as we can. First, hopefully not too many emails come in that we can't do that, but it's enough to the point where it's nice to see them.
Yeah, even if
nice
we
to
don't respond in writing, if we respond in the episode itself verbally, you'll likely hear back from us. And I know with emails, a lot of the time, Space will come into staff chat and be like, hey, guys, you need to go read this email from so-and-so because it would be great if you responded. And we will. And that's really fun, too.
There was one that was particular. I won't read the person's name. We'll call them Email X. That sounds cool. But this one was different. This was a different email that I've not seen for a long time. But this person actually emailed in as if they were talking to all of us. So both myself, Bean, and Boomy. And they kind of broke it up and saying, Bean, this is what I love about you, and blah, blah, blah. And then this is what I love about you, Space. And it was really cool to see that because then I really felt like this person did take to heart what we asked them to do, is to write into us, ask us questions, tell us your story. And no, not episode, but that email was so full of like passion. There were parts of it that I did cry. I get kind of tear up. I was at work and I was already having an emotional day anyways, but um it was nice to read. It was a good read. And although it was really long, I loved it. And that's what I actually went in to chat. I'm like, hey, this person emails. If you guys could go in there and just email back because they did mention you, I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, thank you for emailing. We love it.
We love it. It's always just
Love it.
It's a good break.
Love it.
It's a good break from everything.
It is. I'm gonna say, let's see here. We have a pretty good amount of emails coming in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 or 9 emails per month. You may not think that's a lot, but to us that's a lot.
It is.
We're not used to that. So on average, we're getting that amount right there. So it's pretty nice. But yeah, I think we pretty much have covered everything. Oh, we didn't do any life updates. We didn't really talk about us.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why don't we? Real quick.
We got 10 minutes. We're good. Unless we finish earlier, then it's like 5 minutes and we're good.
You want to go first?
Sure. So I am fully vaccinated.
Yay!
Yay! It was really interesting though. So as someone that works in the hospital, and although I'm not a doctor or nurse, I still do go directly into specific areas of different departments of the hospital itself where I am exposed. So I did get the vaccination. It was in 2 shots. So it's the first shot, and then you have to wait 21 to 28 days to get your second one. What was really interesting though is that I was really nervous to get the first one because I'm like, what if everything goes wrong? But then I thought to myself, well, if I look at it this way, I either get the shot and I get sick, or I don't get the shot and I get sick. So really, what am I risking here? Nothing. So I went and got it, and I walked out to my car and I kind of just sat there and I just started to cry. And it was a good cry because it was finally the first time I felt like I was a little bit free from the pandemic, and it was really overwhelming. I don't know if anyone else has ever had that experience, but if you guys in time do get your vaccination, I'd like to know what your first thoughts would be when you got it, the very first injection, because for me it was very emotional and gratifying. And then I got sick on the second one, but that's totally normal though. I guess that's expected. I didn't know that, but
you didn't get COVID, but you felt it.
No, yeah. I got there's side effects from the vaccine itself, and so the side effects include like chills, runny nose. It could be fever, muscle ache, overexhaustion, a little bit of deliriousness, but they only last for like a day or two, and that's natural because in the first shot, what it's doing is it's kind of like teaching your body how to create this deadly virus, and then the second one that you get is that reinforcement, but then your body recognizes it and it starts to kill it. So that's what the reaction is, and it's a totally first time of its kind of vaccination too. So really interesting. I definitely recommend reading into it. It's really cool. There's about 4 or 5 others out there, varieties, and they're really interesting to read too. My husband Felix was explaining it to me because he's like, "Oh, I know what an mRNA is, and this is what this is," and it's just like goes right over my head because he's a bachelor's graduate of biology, so I had no idea what he's talking about. But he felt special, and that's all that matters. So I got my vaccine, and I'm all good now, and I still take all the precautions. I still wear a mask, I still wash up and everything. But it is nice to walk around and feel just a little bit more at ease.
Definitely.
I'm not scared right now to like go to the grocery store or to be next to people. I'm more aware of it, but I'm not scared anymore, which is really nice to not be scared.
Yeah, I can't wait till I can feel that security. I guess my life update is a little bit on the opposite spectrum.
Just kidding.
What? Just what?
Well, they're the gays? No. I told them I was straight.
My life is a little bit on the opposite end. I've been more scared of COVID recently. As Space mentioned before, I've started teaching. So I'm teaching 9th grade, Lit and Comp, and also Read 180. And I live in Georgia, and Georgia's a little back and forth with how they want to handle the pandemic, and it's really frustrating. So in my county, they've been flip flopping between, okay, kids can come into school, so you have to come into, or nope, now kids have to stay remote online only, so stay home and teach online only. So I've, for the past year, I've been back and forth in the classroom, at home, in the classroom, at home, teaching remotely or teaching in person. And when we teach in person, a good half of our students are also remote. So not only are we teaching the kids who are physically there, we also have to have our laptop open and teach the remote children at the same time. And all this is happening while the area I teach in is a little careless. There are a lot of people who don't wear masks in the classroom or who will take them off or not wear them properly. Sometimes the bathrooms will run out of soap. And there's just no
Gross.
soap in there. Like it's very frustrating to be a teacher who is forced to go in physically when we're fully capable of staying remote. Like when you teach high school, it's a bit different for elementary. I don't know how that works. But for high schoolers, they can stay home and do their work. They're not going to be in any life danger staying home. They're in more danger coming to school right now. And as somebody who's at risk as a type 1 diabetic, it's just even more scary. But on the plus side, as my first time teaching like this, or just teaching in general with more hands on, I'm enjoying it a lot. The kids I'm working with are really great kids, and it keeps me busy, that's for sure. But I'm really liking it, and I'm having a good time, interacting with high schoolers and hopefully giving them some lessons that will stick with them, whether they're about English or about life.
Because they definitely need at least one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our life update.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much. I'm sorry, it's not very much like exciting from there, but it is what it is.
Oh, I have one more life update that's kind of exciting that relates more to the fandom.
Yeah.
And you already know about this space, but I don't think they do. I am officially retiring Mothsicle Suits as a company this year, hopefully in the summer.
It's bittersweet.
Mm-hmm. It's bittersweet. I'm not going to, you know, leave the fandom or anything like that. I'm basically going to rebrand. I'm going to keep my same Twitter account and stuff, but I'm going to change the name and the branding. And I'll be changing it to Stag Sprout Studios. And I'll be doing way more than costume making. I'll be doing sculpting and puppet and plushie making and ceramics, hopefully, if I can get a hold of a kiln someday or use the kiln at school. So it's studios because it's going to be way more than just one type of art.
I was gonna say you're gonna pull a Gold's Gem.
Oh my gosh. It's mainly like until I figure out what I want to settle on as my main art form, because I've been making fursuits for so long because I have to. It's my job, that I don't know what other types of art that are, something I want to keep doing. So for now, I'm going to do a whole bunch of things until I find what I really love and then stick with that for the majority of it. So I won't be taking commissions anymore. I'll take small parts, like sock paws or tails or maybe a head every now and then, but
Hey, don't
commission
get
work.
ahead of yourself.
Don't get ahead of yourself. But just for this year, but once I retire, I'll be making pre-mades only.
That's exciting.
It is exciting because I got a lot of cool animals I want to make. I want to make a snail. I want to make a chameleon. I want to make what's another one I had? Snail.
Didn't
chameleon.
I share with you like a bee fursuit that I saw, or a bee like persona?
I
There's a
think
lot
you
of really
did.
cool ones.
You showed me. I think you
There
showed
was
me.
a shark one that was really cute.
Oh yeah, I want to make a shark too. I made a bee recently and sold it off as a pre-made. That was fun.
I like. I'm getting really excited for those. Like, I don't know what it's so weird, but now I'm totally like wanting aquatic personas and different types of personas I haven't really thought about, because some artists can make them really freaking cute.
Mm-hmm.
So I want one now.
Yes.
But yeah, That is the end of our episode. As always, you guys can email us if you have questions or comments or whatever, or you can find us on Telegram. Our Telegram is always attached to all of our social
Mm-hmm.
platforms. We're no longer really doing anything on Facebook, so if you're a fan on there, good for you.
I log into Facebook once in a blue moon to like message someone on Marketplace, and I'll see like you have a message on straight from a Muslim. I'm like, just mad.
I get onto it and I'm like I guess I could make a comment, and then I'm just like it's just too much effort. I don't want to do it, and so I just ignore it. It's a child under the stairs that no one knows about, cares
God.
about anymore. You can tweet at us, and all that fun stuff, and then sure. I don't know. I kind of ran out of my tangent on that one, but yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Cool. Well, we'll see you guys on our next episode, which is not going to be named because I can do that.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
Keeping a
see
secret.
you next time.
Bye.
Bye.